No Excuse: The Power of Self-Discipline. Written by a New York Times bestseller author Brian Tracy. Part 27, Chapter 18, Self-Discipline and Marriage. It is better to control yourself than to win 1,000 battles. Then the variety is yours. It cannot be taken from you, not by angels or donors, heaven or hell. Said by Prida. Your ability to enter in a long-term living relationship and important marriage of your character and personality. Man and woman are born to be two halves that makes up on while they have different qualities and characteristics that, when properly combined, achieve competition and balance and harmony that nature demands. The foundational qualities for marriage and living relationships are trust and respect. Man and woman can have many disagreements over the course and their married life together. But as long as the trust and respect between them endure, the marriage cannot go immediately. If either one of the other party can no longer trust the other or no longer respects the other, the relationship is finished. Many marriages end in divorce, and many divorced people have multiple marriages, each of which ends in future. Yet some people get married once and stay married continually for the rest of their lives. Why is this? The key to happy marriage. Perhaps the most important reason for a happy marriage is compatibility to think people are ideally balanced with each other, with each own processing complementary qualities and characteristics that combine completely to form a perfect balance. People often say that opportunities attract. That is misunderstanding. Opportunities attract is only an area, and that is temporary. You will always be most capable with the person who has an opposite or counterbalancing transparent to your own. For example, if you are outgoing and extroverted, you will be the most compatible with the person who is more relevant and self-contained. If you are variable and expensive, you will be most compatible with the person who is relaxed and a good listener. Nature demands a balance is temperament for few to people be compatible and happy together. Birds of a father. In all other areas, essentially in the area of values, is the similars that attract. Birds of a father do flock together. You will always be attract the people and most capable with those who have the greatest number of fundamental values and common with yourself. All of love and any kind is a response a value. We love what we most value, both ourselves and others. When a couple is truly happy together, they seem to have a very much the same values regarding family, money, ethics, work, children, politics, religions, and people. People will often point out that there are happy couples who vote for different politics or come from different religions and backgrounds. But the critical issues is balance, is harmony reveals around the identity with which persons value something. This intensely demands a person is absolute the understanding of the relaxed and fixable on his her adherence and to a particular behave about the particular part of life. People can laugh and laugh together happily for the many years even though they support different particular politics and as a long political BF is not so important to either of them. That step precedence are more important elements of the relationships, such as children, family, and values. Love is our greatest need in life. It is said that everything we do in life is easier to get love, or to the compassionate for the lack of love. Psychologists generally agree that the root of causes potential problems in adult life can be tracked to be in the love with health in infancy and childhood. People need love, like rose need rain. Without significant love and appreciate individuals have it is kinds of personality and physical problems. It is only possible to be happy when your needs for love are completely fulfillment. A happy marriage requires combination self-discipline and self-control. Love requires self-control and satisfying. When you are truly in love with another person, that person's happiness and well-being become more important than your own. You are willing to pay whatever price to make whatever significant in order to ensure the well-being the person you love. In the certain bowl in the latter, the continuous almost false says, love significant long and is kind, love youth and not. Love everything is satisfying is not rooted up. Love does not behave in self immediately. Sin is not a wound. It is not really procreated things is evil. Love reveals not industry but rejects is the truth. Love breathes all things, behave all things, hath all things, intends all things. Love never fails. Different strokes require translate above understanding. Each person is individual with unique and special characteristics that make him or her different from the all other people. Each person has different ideas, tastes, desires, hopes, dreams, and expectations. Each person has had different expectations and developed different ways to seeing and dealing with the world around him or her. Come together with another person in a loving relationship, no matter how close you feel to each other and no matter how comfortable you may be in many ways. You will still have across and disagreement, devastations and disconnected. That is a normal and natural and something to be worked through by practicing self-discipline and self-control whenever those differences occurs. Self-discipline is in a relationship requires that you will be completely honest and open, that you will be yourself and never try to be something or someone or something else. Self-discipline and honesty require that you state clearly what you are thinking and feeling without anger and emotion, and that you listen calmly and potentiality to the feeling through and options to other person. Male-female communication style. Men and women are different in many ways, according to MRI scans. When men communicate, they use only two centers of their brains. When women communicate, they use 7 centers of their brains. It is as though men have to head handlings with the ways and communicate. Wisher and women's brain is like a fully climate stream. Men can process only one sessional input at a time. Wishers or men can process multiple session inputs. When a man is watching television, B does not see or hear anything else, including words spoken to him for the sight of behind. B becomes truly fixed on the visual image and the words on the screen. When a man is driving a car, he has to turn down the radio to read the map. He has to turn down the television or radio to answer the telephone. He cannot read, listen or watch at the same time. Men can do many things extremely well, but they can do only one thing at a time. Men tend to very focused. Women, the on the other hand, can tell, make dinner, watch television, read the day's meal, and tell to her children or husband all at once. They are multidimensional and can process several inputs simultaneously. They can tell about listen at the same time and be aware of the what other people around them are doing and saying. Women are relationship experts. They are very sensitive to other people. When a man and a woman attend a social gathering, within 10 minutes the woman will have done an analysis and assessment of the solution of the is of the other people and the room. In contrast, the man approving the woman and will be have noticed little of nothing. This is because men are simple and straightforward in their thinking, whereas women are complex. Our small details and extremely sensitive to the dynamics and natures of the relationships of the people around them. A man can call his wife on the phone and say hello. Although he has only heard one word, she will be immediately asked what's wrong. She can pick up a wealth of meaning and emotion from a single word in the phone or a single glance of at the when he walks in the door. Relationship building task effort. Because of the many differences between men and women, it takes tremendous discipline to build and maintain a long-term living and happy relationship. Perhaps the most important area in the menstrual completely has is the discipline of listening. It's only when two people take the time to listen consciously and carefully of each other when they spark greater lines of communications stay open, and this is when love and harmony continue in the relationship. There are four simple disciplines of effective listening. They are mostly important to men who are naturally poor listeners, especially with a woman in their lives. And this is not because they are not instinct. It is simply because they are marked and focused on something else and they are easily distracted. The discipline of listening. Listen attentively. The first discipline is to listen attentively. Without interpreting, listen as though the other person is about to reveal at the great secret of the winning lottery number and will her and it's only when she wants to tell to you. If you are a man, put inside all possible discussions, turn the television or radio, put down and the newspaper or mail, force her directly to learn, forward and communicate single mentally on the voice is saying. The book His Needs, Her Needs points out the most important needs that a woman has from a man is affection. Affection is expired by paying total attention to her when she speaks. Since you always pay attention to what you are most value, when you pay close attention to another person while she speaks, you will tell the person that she is great value to you. This satisfies the dispense suspicions need on a woman to feel valuable, important, and respected. Pause before replying. The second discipline of listening is to pause before replying. Take a few seconds, carefully consider what he or she has said. When you pause to avoid the risk of interpreting the other person if she has just running her through, you tell her that you value what she said and that you are giving her words careful conditions. Another advantage of passing to allowing a science the conveys is that image to you to her not only what was said but also what was not said or what said between the lines. The actual message strokes into a deeper level of your mind, enabling you to understand better and to therefore respond with greater awareness and sensitivity. Ask for clarification. The third discipline of effective listening is to question for clarification. Never assume that you are automatically know what the other person is thinking or feeling. Instead, you are at all unclear, simply ask, how do you mean? Or how do you mean exactly? It is when you ask a question and think clearly and meaning that you are determined and to other person what and clearly care about what he or she is saying, and that you are groundlessly understand and understand how he or she thinks about and feels. The fourth discipline in ethical learning is to you fit back of what other person has said and perhaps in the own words. This is the egg taste and listening. This is when you are determined she other person that you are when paying attention is only when you repeat back what other person just said is on words that you provide to him or her about the really listening. Most problems in relationships aside because of poor communications, the couple does not tell together often yet or the other does not listen attentively when the other wants to spark. This person has an emotional need to tell the certain without with his or her spouse. This person also has emotional need to listen a certain amount. The most compatible couples are those to when and desire tell our listen or balance each other. There is easy behave the flow of the conversations with the compatible signs. This person gets a chance to fill out his other need to both thinking and listening and both PFs and content. Total commitment is essential. Love and marriage require total commitment on the part and of both people. It takes tensions discipline to go all in relationships. What's more, that is also totally liberating. It's only when you are totally combined and the relationship with a single person that are completely free to turn your attention toward fulfilling your potential is the other aspects of your life. One of the most important discipline is marriage, a relationship that is of truthfulness, because we live in a highly sexualized society. There are some persons and potentials around us all of the time and vulnerability everyone we go. It often takes considerable self-discipline and self-control to be completely loyal and exposed throughout your married life. There are two ways to help you avoid the regular temptations that can drive or even destroy the most loving of relationships. First, make a decision in advance that you will be never be unfruitful. Your surprise like be during a line that spent make the decisions evidence of that matter of what happens. You will be not steady for any reasons. Second, discipline yourself to stay out of harm's way. Refuse to go anywhere or do anything where temptations may exist. Expect when essential for business purpose. Avoid having mass drinks or dinner alone with a member of opposite sex. Remember, there is safety in crowds. Consciously imagine everyone you go and is everything you do. That is suppose is standing is right next to you, watching and listening to what you say and do. Imagine that anything and everything you do, no matter where you are, is going to be repeated back in response within 24 hours. Use your discipline and willpower to build and mention a repetitions to bring his completely honest and fruitful spouse. Be willing to chance. Every marriage is a work in process. As time passes, at a nature your marriage will change, usually in the positive and constructive ways. To keep your relationship happy, harmonious, and growing, thou must be willing to sense and respond to changing communicators, especially having the childhood the watching them to grow up. You need to be prepared to sense with a new jobs and cares, physical movements, the word, the part, and the country, and the other senses and Fun, cruel, and convenience and chances to help and flexibility is absolutely essential to long, happy marriage. There are only four ways that you can be changed your life. First, you can do more of something. Second, you can do less or other things. Third, you can start something that you've never done before. And fourth, you'll be stop certain things altogether. Whenever you are experiencing relationships or friendships, you are confronted with the need for chance. Ask yourself, is there anything that I need to do more of, less, or start or stop doing? The four questions you should ask on regular basis. You can should sit down with your spouse and later with your children to have the occurs to ask them. There's four questions. Number one. Is there anything that I am doing that you would like to do more of? Number two. Is there anything that I am doing that you will be like to do less or of? 3. Is there anything that you would like me to start doing that I am not doing today? 4. Is there anything that I am doing that you would like to me stop doing altogether? When you have a course and the discipline and to ask the questions of your spouse and of your children on a regular basis, you will be amazed to the quality of the depth, the awareness you receive. You will be get contextual guidelines and how can modify and just adjust your behaviors and mental higher levels and harmony. Happiness and love with your spouse and your other members of your family. Your spouse should be your best friend. Love and marriage are perhaps the most important elements of a happy, fulfilling life. They require a long life, execute the self-discipline and willpower, and create a mental harmony. They require that you be open, honest, and candid at all times. Most of all, a happy, loving marriage requires that you see your spouse as your best friend. There should be no on the most word who you would rather spend the time with more than him or her. There should be or no with warm if you're more open or honest than with him or her. When you see your spouse and our best friend and treat him or her as such, you can create a loving relationship that fills at all days of your lives. As eliminate fox and substantial of whether the teacher of right. Love is by far the most important things of all. It covers our fear, it covers the fulfilling of their law. It covers a multiple of sins. Love is absolutely inevitable. There is no deficiency that youth or loving will be more cut, no desire that anything love will be not held, no door the youth love will not open, no gulf that youth love will no breaks, no will that increase love will be not throw down, no sin through youth love will not redeem. It makes no difference how deeply stand may be the tribal, how hopeless and outlook, how meditated in the triangle, how great the mistake. A satisfied relations to love will love it all. It only you could be loved and the happiness is the most powerful being using the word. In the next chapter, you will learn. Sincerely, you will self-discipline as so important when raising happy, truthful, and self-confident children. I invite you to listen to the next chapter of this book. Thanks for listening.